And thank you all for coming out here today. You know, in 2010, when we launched this campaign to hold a court accountable for going outside of the constitutional parameters, we were told by several that this will never happen. Judges get retained. And the people of Iowa, it wasn't Bob Vander Plaats, it wasn't the family, it just wasn't pro-family groups saying oust the judges. It was over 500,000 Iowans who voted no to hold those justices accountable. And we know going into this campaign, the No Wiggins campaign, that this is going to be a very, very tough battle. One is the coach in me says, this is kind of like telling Iowans, you have to win the state championship all over again. Because if you'll recall, after we defeated those 3 justices, what we did is we asked the other 4 to take politics out of the court system and resign their post. You see, the high school principal says to me, just because you find 3 guilty, but there's the other 4 that were a part of it, you give the other 4 to do the right thing, to go up to their higher honor, to resign. So we wouldn't have to do this again. But the fact is, they wouldn't do it. Matter of fact, they came out with a judicial arrogance of saying, Iowans don't understand. And we're right, they're wrong. So now we're in this campaign again to say we have to vote no on Wiggins. Now the other part of this is, we scouted this situation, we know we're up against. We're up against the Iowa State Bar Association, a man-made institution that's going to do everything in their power to maintain their institution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not about defending a man-made institution. This is about defending the Constitution. That's why we're doing what we're doing and saying vote no on Wiggins. And quite frankly, anyone associated with the Iowa State Bar Association and any attorney speaking on their behalf should be flat out ashamed. Because I believe it's unconscionable that you have a justice that gets a D- from your scoring instrument, not our scoring instrument. And when I read that scoring instrument, which I have the ability to do, I've read a lot of scoring instruments being a high school principal, what they said in that scoring instrument is Judge Wiggins is arrogant. He's confrontational. He's not all that bright. And above all, he's lazy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take the Varnum opinion out of there. He does not deserve to be on the bench, and we need to vote Wiggins out on November 6th. But we also knew that we're going to be up against the media elite. The media elite, the opinion editorialists saying, well, we want to keep judicial integrity. Really? Is that what you want to keep? You mean when they redefine the institution of marriage, that's okay? How about they take away your freedom of the press? Are you going to stand by then and say, you know, it's only one opinion? Can you guys still hear me? I can yell, okay? I've got the coaching voice yet. But a lot of times you'll hear it's just one opinion. Let me tell you about one opinion. Dred Scott, one opinion. Blacks are property. Roe v. Wade, one opinion. The result, we have killed 60 million babies today. Varnum opinion, one opinion, and we're redefining the institution of marriage in the state of Iowa? Are you kidding me? And so the media elite says, you know, this is okay that they get to do this. It's okay they get to make law from the bench. It's okay they get to execute from the bench. It's okay they get to amend the Constitution from the bench. You know, this isn't just about marriage, it's about every one of your freedoms you hold dear. Because if they'll redefine the institution of marriage, they won't even blink an eye when they take away your private property, when they take away your guns, when they tell you how to educate your children, when they take away your religious liberty, or when they take away your freedom of the press. That's why all Iowans need to stand. And in 2010, Iowans learned this is not a radical issue, this is not a Republican issue. Democrats, independents who are concerned about freedom, they voted with us to vote those 3 justices out, and I believe they're going to vote with us again to vote Wiggins out on November 6th. And one more thing for the media elite, and these educational elites saying it's okay, the judges get to do this. Most of us in Iowa would say Hawaii has more of a progressive tent than Iowa does. Well, a lawsuit came up before a U.S. District Court judge in Hawaii, and they were suing that DOMA was unconstitutional. And the Hawaii judge ruled this way on August 8, 2012. Go ahead and Google it. The Hawaii judge said for him to give out same-sex marriage licenses and to throw out DOMA would be akin to judicial legislation, and that is not a court's role. He said it would be impossible for justices to keep their biases out of the opinion. And he said the only way to handle this is through elected representatives or through a vote of the people. And that's what we need to do in Iowa as well. Take a lesson from Hawaii. So we're going to go on this bus tour all across Iowa, 17 cities, 1,300 miles, and we're going to give out our message. And we know the Bar Association is going to do the chicken thing, and they're going to follow us around because they don't have what it takes to develop their own tour. But I'm telling you what, the people of Iowa are going to take a strong stand. And we're going to say, we don't care about you protecting an institution. We, at all costs, are going to defend our freedom, and we're going to defend the Constitution on November 6th by voting out Wiggins. We are thrilled to have with us today a man who gets this. Matter of fact, he's an attorney. And there's a lot of attorneys who get this. There's a lot of attorneys who are encouraging us on. I believe 37% of the attorneys in Iowa are going to vote Wiggins out. But this guy, he ran for president. He talked about judicial integrity. He talked about the separation of powers. He talked about the Constitution. And now he's joining us on this bus tour because how important this vote is, not only to Iowa, but to the rest of the country. Please help me welcome my friend, Rick Santorum. I love the mask.
Hello, how's everybody doing here? It's great to be back in Iowa. It's also great to have weather I can wear the vest again.